Today, we're gonna find out if one of these inexpensive CarPlay and Android Auto adapters are exactly what you're looking for to make the experience in your car better. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. We are inside my 2009 Chevy Avalanche, which, as you can see, the center console is very dated. I don't have niceties like Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, or anything like that. In fact, this doesn't even have Bluetooth, so I've been using a Bluetooth adapter to go to the line in on my stereo. Now I've looked at doing upgrades to the stereo to incorporate Android Auto, but in my experience, the inexpensive Android Auto stereos that are available on sites such as Amazon or AliExpress don't sound good. So I've had different Avalanches that have had those stereos, and I love the features and the functionality of having wireless Android Auto, but I like the sound of the factory stereo. If you're not gonna upgrade the sound system to a really, really good sound system, this sounds best. It sounds better than those inexpensive Android Auto stereos. So that's what led me to one of these. These are an add-on, non-intrusive Android Auto addition to your vehicle. And I'm gonna walk you through setting it up, and we will test it in real time in this truck. And by the end of this video, we're gonna decide if my current setup is the best solution or if this is worth the money that it costs. So you're gonna ask, well, what is your current setup? My current setup is this guy right here. It's just a little Xiocom Bluetooth adapter. It's held on with a magnet, and it just plugs into a USB power, but it has a auxiliary line out that plugs into the auxiliary jack on my vehicle. That allows me to connect Bluetooth from my phone to this guy and then audio out to the auxiliary in. This, in my opinion, it's better than the FM transmitter options that are out there that most of you guys are familiar with, because you get the higher sound quality that this guy offers. Then what I do is I take my phone, I open up my Spotify, and up over here on the dash, I have actually a pen holder that I've just stuck to the dash here so that my phone sits right there. So I can see it if I want to open up my maps. I can add my GPS here so that while I'm driving, I can look around and then I can see my phone there. I can control my audio here. There's buttons here, so I can skip to the next track. I can skip back. I've got play, pause, and this will also do like phone calls and everything. So it's got a little microphone and it'll play the phone call through the factory speakers. So let's see what's inside the box of this Android Auto adapter, get it installed, and see how it compares. This is the box that it comes in. There's nothing really fancy about it. We'll pull this out. We'll explore this in a minute. I'm just gonna put this up over on the dash here. It does come with an instruction booklet. This is a 7-inch smart player. It goes through exactly what's included in the box, which we're gonna explore right now. The functionality of the screen, the different settings, how to enable CarPlay, how to use Android Auto, and some of the functions of CarPlay. It also has Mirrorcast. You can play movies, you can play music directly off of a media card, and so on. It does have an FM transmitter, which we will explore for the connection settings in a minute. Then in the bottom of the box, we've got a mount. So there's a couple different ways this thing mounts. One of them is with something like this. Now this is a fixed mount, so you can stick it up here on your dash if you want. It's got screw holes here so that you can screw it right on the dash. It does have a sticky pad as well that you can stick on and then stick it to your dash for a very permanent installation. But we've also got this. Now this is a suction cup mount, which we'll probably use for this video. This allows me to suction it up on the windshield, or, I don't know, maybe I can stick it on there, on here maybe. I don't know, but it'll suction somewhere. We've got the mount that it'll clip to. We'll explore this when we do the actual install. It does come with an auxiliary cable here as well for if you're doing an auxiliary connection, which we're probably going to use for this install, but we will explore all of the connectivity options. And lastly, it has an accessory plug that also has a USB-C end on it to power it up with a very long cord. Now, we're not gonna do wire management in this video. We're just gonna plug it in and see how it works. But the cord is definitely long enough that you could do wire management if you wanted to make a cleaner install. Now that we've seen all the accessories, let's check out the screen itself. Comes wrapped up in this little bubble wrap. The back has a bit of a leather kind of texture to it. The front of the screen, it's a 7-inch, I think it said IPS on there somewhere, but I really doubt it's IPS. Moving on to the side, we've got the USB-C power cord. We've got AV in, so this will support backup cameras. It does not come with a backup camera, but it will support a backup camera. It has a micro SD slot to play music directly off of, and that auxiliary line out. Coming around to the top, there's a tactile power button to turn it on and off. Over on the side, there's nothing. On the other side, there's nothing. On the back, there is a speaker and a reset hole, and somewhere there'll be a microphone as well. It could be potentially one of these holes here, but I don't know. So obviously the next thing we gotta do is set this up here. So we're gonna start with this little clip. I'm not sure which way it's supposed to go. Probably this way. Clips on the bottom and the top. Now, I said we're gonna do the suction cup mount, and that's mostly because I just wanna get it connected up. So the suction cup, the mount sticks in the back here, slides up. It doesn't seem like it clips, it just uses gravity. Let's try like that. Then this thing peels off here, and we can stick this on the windshield somewhere, like that. Now this will adjust up like that, and it does rotate as well, so I'm gonna rotate it towards where I would be, like that. This is set up way high on my windshield. It's totally blocking my view right now, so this is not where you would normally want to put it. In fact, if I was looking at where the optimal place is, it's probably right here in the corner, somewhere where I can see it and tap still, because you're gonna want to like skip to the next song or whatever. But if I was doing the actual install, I likely putting it on the dash right here. That's where I figured I'll end up putting it with the actual dash mount. Next thing we got to do obviously is to power it up. So we're gonna just take the cord off of here. And this just plugs into any cigarette jack. Luckily my truck's got a couple of them. This cord, like I said, is very, very long. So you easily wrap it around under the dash and then bring it back up and then plug it right into this guy right there. Just like that, and it should just power up. Now, if you have a cigarette jack that powers down when the car is off, that's probably the best. This one doesn't, so I don't think it'll shut off on its own. I'll have to unplug it each time. So there we go, it's powered up. Here we are on a fresh boot up. Now I want to connect Android Auto, so I'm gonna say Android Auto, and it's gonna walk me through how to connect. So it says switch to Android Auto mode, yes, confirm. Now it's saying to open up the Android widget. Now I'm going to just open up on my phone. So on my phone, I'm gonna go to pair new device, and it's gonna look for this T86 something. There it is right there, T86. So we'll say pair, and we'll just see in real time what connecting to Android Auto looks like. I'm gonna say yes, let's pair. It says it's active, and now the screen's blipped. And just like that, it's connected. There is nothing extra to do. So now I can put my phone away. There's nothing to do on my phone. Everything else is gonna be done on the screen. So I can pull up all of my apps. I can access my GPS. I can access my Spotify, like that. Now I'm not gonna play Grand Poobah because I'm gonna get demonetized very quickly. But it does work. You've got multiple screens, so I can see kind of what's going on there. I can see my GPS. I can access my GPS and pick my route where I want to go and everything. Unfortunately, I want to blur this out because you guys don't need to know where I live, so I can't walk you through the GPS functionality, but it does show you all of that. Also, up over here, we see a status of the phone. You can see what time it is. You can see my wireless status and my charger status of my phone. If I were to plug my phone in, it would also show that it's charging right now. I can do stuff like Google, so I can say, hey Google, what's the temperature right now?
The temperature in Airdrie right now is degrees. Due to current wind conditions, it feels like it's. By the way, next time you can also press and hold the mic button on your steering wheel to ask me anything.
So you guys can see the reason why outside it's so white and snowy. It's actually kind of cold out, which you probably noticed because the truck's running and I've got the heat turned on, but it's all worth it to show you guys this piece of tech. Now I've got this all connected up, but what if I want to actually listen to the music? So I can pull up this little menu here, I can go back to here, and then I have my options for audio output. The 4 options that I have are the speaker, which you just heard in the back there. So if I played music, it would play this through that speaker. That's probably not what you want. I also have Carplay. This has dual Bluetooth functionality. So it can take the Bluetooth connection in from your phone, but it can also broadcast Bluetooth to your stereo. I don't have Bluetooth on my stereo, so I can't test that. So we're gonna test the FM transmitter. And this allows you to set a frequency to whatever you want. I don't know, I need an empty frequency. So let's go to 88.4.
All kinds of music.
A few moments later.
We've now got this connected to the stereo on 87.7. This is using the FM transmitter. We're gonna just try some what's called royalty-free bangers. Kevin MacLeod. Now right off the bat, I can tell you this is really fuzzy. That's partly gonna be because of the connection to the FM. There's lots of competing stations around here, so it's not gonna be the most ideal connection, but it will work. With a little bit of fine tuning, you can find a radio station that sounds good in your area, but it is just FM broadcast. So let's see what happens when we connect the auxiliary cord. Now this cord is also quite long, so you can do some cable management if you want. We're gonna plug this in over here. And I don't know if this will automatically figure out that it's connected that way. Oh, it did. Okay, good. Let me give you guys a comparison. So here's FM transmitter. Let's try a different song. So there you can hear that fuzz. Well, that's probably not good. I need something. There you hear it kind of distortion everything. Now I'm gonna plug this in. And right off the bat, it is much, much clearer. Now I am getting a little bit of a high pitch fuzz still. But nothing insanely loud. But you can see I can control the music right on here. I can skip to the next song. I can pause it. I can get the picture in picture, and I can still control the music while I've got the GPS playing there clearly as well. So this gives you a good view of what you're seeing. Obviously the cords on the side here, they stick out, they're very visible. If you are worried about wire management, this is not gonna be a very neat looking setup. But keep in mind, this is a $50 CarPlay device. Now I wonder what happens when you leave your vehicle and come back. Does it automatically connect, or do you have to do something to make it work? So we're gonna simulate shutting it off, walking away and coming back. And to do that, we're gonna cut the power to it. So now it's off. We've gone home, we've gone to the store, we've gone wherever it is we gotta go. We come back, we start our vehicle. Vehicle turns on. I'm not touching anything, I'm holding the camera. Now it's gonna power up. You're gonna see the boot screen. You're gonna see, we hear that beautiful chime welcoming you to it. That chime can be shut off too if you don't like it. And then within a couple seconds, it should see my cell phone and then connect. So without touching anything, it did connect. Now it did take somewhere around 20 to 25 seconds to fully boot up and to actually connect to my phone, but that's reasonable. I'm not gonna have driven too far before that fully connects. And if I'm being honest, my Mustang does about the same, where it takes about that long for it to actually connect to my phone anyway. And sometimes that's even a little bit finicky. This seems to be a little bit more reliable for that connection. So now we're on to the question, for $50, is this worth it, or is there a better solution? Do I like this better than the other setup where I just had my phone resting there and playing through Bluetooth? And the short answer is, I like this better. This does the Google integration a whole lot better than my phone and Bluetooth does. And that's mostly because when I'm driving and I get a text message, I can now talk to my phone and say, read the text message. It will actually show it on the screen and let me see it while I'm responding to it without taking my hands off the wheel. This is a very important safety feature that I've been missing on my old truck that doesn't have it. And odds are, you guys would appreciate this too, especially if you've got a vehicle that just doesn't have this option. For best results, you want something that does have that auxiliary line in, but the FM transmitter will work in a pinch. This video has not been sponsored. I bought this with my own money. If you think this is something that you might enjoy, you could consider buying it from the Amazon link, which is down below. It is an affiliate link. I do get a small commission for referring you guys to it, but you guys know if this was junk, I would tell you it's junk and I'd send it back and not tell. I wouldn't want any of you guys wasting your money on something that didn't work. So far, this seems to work pretty good. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.